What in the world do you mean by solo role-playing games? That is a question I get all the time, so I wanted to make this explainer video for all my friends and family so that I could just point them to this video. And if one of your friends pointed you to this video, they love you, they want to help you understand them, so please watch this to the end. Now, role-playing games have been around for a long time. They got started as a war game kind of situation where you could play out two sides go into war and assets and this asset against this kind of weather and that kind of thing. And then the rules got more and more simple. And then somebody was like, hey, let's do this in Tolkien's world. Not literally, that's not like, please don't attack me in the comments. But basically, somebody was like, we should throw a whole bunch of magic and swords into this and call it a game. And there it is, tabletop role-playing games. Tabletop, describing where you normally play these around the table with your friends, and you are... It's a lot like playing a video game. You are playing a character that has certain things that character can do, some things that character is bad at. They exist in a world, a universe, where it might be different than the world that we live in. And it's time to go face some challenges and fight some foes and vanquish enemies. And all your friends are characters too, and then one of your friends is playing the role of the universe, the world of possibility. They come up with the challenges that you are facing. They're basically the is this possible or not person at the table. And then all together, you all make decisions about what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and then you unfold this narrative, this adventure that nobody could have predicted how it would play out at the beginning, because your choices really do matter. And when you decide to do something risky, right, because you're a hero, your everyday average is way above a normal person's average, but even still, you're going to face some situations where things are even risky for that heroic character. And when you do face that kind of situation, well, you roll dice to see how it goes. Some game systems have a pass fail. You either do it or you don't. Some have a, well, if you roll really far above and you roll really good, well, then you exceed and it's so awesome and extra good stuff happens. And if you roll so low, then horrific things, punishing things happen. So that's the game part of it. And that's what sets it apart from, aren't you guys all just playing make-believe? It's like, well, you're kind of playing make-believe when you're playing video games. It's just you're playing somebody else's make-believe. And when you watch movies, you're watching somebody else's make-believe. But when you are playing a role-playing game, it's your make-believe. It might be somebody else's world, but it's your character, it's your decision, and the stories that unfold couldn't have happened any other way because it's yours with you and your friends. So that's one thing that makes this so cool and such a popular hobby. But even within that hobby, solo role-playing is an even smaller part of the pie, and not everybody that plays role-playing games is even aware that solo mode even exists. I didn't know about it for 2 decades because I played D&D in college, as I've mentioned in a previous video, and it never dawned on me that you could play solo. So it was new to me too, and it kind of blew my mind that was even possible. So the main question is, so what makes this different from creative writing or make-believe? How is this still a game if you're the one doing everything, including adjudicating what is and isn't possible? And that is a solid question, and it can be difficult to maintain the element of surprise, but there are still ways of doing this, which is that there are different ways of doing this, where you can make a whole bunch of maybe 100 different things could possibly happen next, and you roll dice to see. It comes up 47, and what's 47? Oh, goblins attack. Okay, well, goblins are attacking. How many goblins are attacking? Roll dice. 20. Okay, 20 goblins are attacking. How am I going to do this? And then you just get into it. So the your imagination is the upper limit. And as part of role playing, it does require a lot of imagination, theory of mind, the ability to conceive of worlds that don't really exist. So that's why it's not that popular, because it takes a lot of intelligence to do that. +1 intelligence. So when you are playing solo style, it really is up to you to figure out how to play the game however you want. And that's one of the cool things, is that it opens up even more freedom in how the story unfolds and what adventures you go on, and you can still be surprised and delighted at the different avenues that you wind up exploring when you play that game, even when you are playing by yourself. So that's pretty much it. It is role-playing games that you play by yourself, and you can play at the kitchen table, you can play on your phone, you can play when you're on the bus, or just in your head you can think through, okay, how would I defend myself from those 20 goblins that are attacking? And just take your time with it and really explore your curiosity, instead of, come on, man, my turn's next and I'm tired of waiting. Right? So there's no time pressure, but you can also play as often or as quickly as you like. It's up to you. So that's what solo role-playing games are and is. However that works out, let's assume I said it the correct way. And that's what this whole channel is about, is exploring how to do this thing called solo role-playing, and also to explore different ways of doing it and strategies that I like, strategies that I don't like, but you might. So if you are curious about this whole thing, then consider subscribing to the channel for this wonderful adventure. We can go on this adventure together, solo, together. So that's it for now. And if you did make it this far, then you might be curious about solo role-playing games. Give this video a like, and that will help YouTube know that maybe other folks like you should see this video too. And it's a super simple way to share the message with the right folks. And I definitely appreciate you making it this far into the video. I'm going to trust YouTube to show you what video to watch next. And I always like to say, if you can change your mind, you can change your life. That's the tagline for another one of my channels. So how about I say roll out?